If you're thinking about getting into voice AI services like building and selling AI receptionists, then copy this onboarding framework that I'm about to show you. My name is Mason. I love AI receptionists. I've been building out custom AI solutions for businesses for over 2 years now. I help businesses all around the world and I show them how to use AI best in their business. I do that by building out automated processes using no-code tools like N8N and Make.com, or by selling products and services like this, voice AI agents. So today on this video, I'm going to show you guys my 10-step process that I follow when I close a deal with a client for an AI receptionist, how I go about onboarding that client, and then building out and fulfilling it. All the resources and documents that you see in this video today can be found in the free resources inside of my free AI community. It's called Automate What Academy. I'll have the link down below for you guys. Just hit up the classroom right here and then you'll find everything that you need underneath free resources. And then of course, if you want more content, more tutorials, more resources, more tech support, then hop over into Automate What Academy Pro. So I hop on a discovery call with a potential client. They're looking for an AI receptionist or an AI voice agent. What happens after the client says yes? After the initial payment, I'm going to show you guys how we onboard that client, how I build out their project, test, and then going live. But first, before I even close the deal, this is what I'm talking about, and this is all the information that I'm gathering on my discovery calls. So on these discovery calls, this typically ranges anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and I'm gathering as much information as possible from them. So how many call minutes do you need? Just a rough estimate. How many calls do you typically get on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? On average, how long do those calls last? Is it 2 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? So I'm gathering that information. Are we booking them directly into your calendar, or are we sending them a message with a booking link? Does this AI receptionist need to be able to cancel and reschedule calls? Do you have a current CRM, and do we need to integrate with your existing CRM? Is there any case where we need to transfer phone calls or forward them to other people on your team? Does it need to be multilingual, like English and Spanish, Chinese, etc.? Are you also looking for a website widget to throw onto your website that your customers can interact with either through voice or through chat? Are we sending out any SMS text messages to either you, your team internally, or to your customers? If yes, that's great. Now I know I need to start immediately on the A2P 10DLC campaign registration so that I can get that campaign approved, hook it up to a phone number so we can start automating text messages. This is if you're in the United States, that's where I'm located. I don't know, I can't speak for every single country. But that's how it works in the United States if you're trying to automate any text messages. You need to stay compliant. And this process can take anywhere from a few days to a couple weeks. That's why I get started immediately on this. Are we doing inbound calls or outbound calls? Or are we doing both? And then are we collecting any payments over the phone? Gathering all of this information will help me sort into one of 3 buckets to start with. This is just in general, this is what I've been working with so far, and it's been great. I have these 3 buckets for myself. I have a basic, a plus, and a pro. Inside of each one of these comes with different features and functionalities that you can utilize, right? If you need a basic setup like scheduling into the calendar, answering questions, but you don't want to integrate into your CRM or send text messages or anything like that, right? We're throwing you into the basic bucket and it starts at $195 per month. And then it goes up from there. The more features that you need, the more custom integrations that you need to your CRM and external tools, then we're moving into the plus and the pro range. And then of course, if we're moving into custom setups, like fully custom builds, then of course we're moving into custom pricing. My team and I will get together, we'll discuss, properly scope out your project, and then get back to our client or our potential client with a quote. Hey, so-and-so, we can build this out for you for $4,000 for an initial setup fee and $800 per month to maintain, something like that. I'll give my client a quote or a ballpark estimate, hopefully on the discovery call. I'll draft up the service level agreement, send it over once they sign and make the initial payment, then starts the onboarding process. I want to make my onboarding process as simple as possible. And to do that, I created a Google form that takes my client anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to fill out. This is my client's only homework. I know that their time is valuable. My time is valuable as well. So it's designed to eliminate any extra meetings or as many extra meetings as possible, and then lets us just get building as fast as we can. So this is what my form looks like right here. Doesn't need to be fancy. It's a Google form, right? So I have my logo and this is what I call it. So AI receptionist client onboarding form. And they go through, I collect their company name, any primary contacts, their preferred communication method. We're going over service locations, office hours, What CRM tool do they use? Moving into AI assistant functionality, like should the AI assistant handle additional languages? What user data should the AI assistant collect, such as name, phone number, email, service, address, location, stuff like that. This is a lengthy form. Like I said, it takes about 15 minutes to fill out. This gives me all the information that I need to get started and build out a working version 1. And then of course we can iterate from there till we get to a product and service that they like. At the very end, I'm even collecting any knowledge documents. So I'm talking like an FAQ document, such as like a PDF, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. Or if it's like a general knowledge document or a products and pricing sheet, any knowledge that my client wants to hook up to their AI agent, this is where I'm gathering that. Again, if you guys want this form for yourself, or if you want even the template to a service level agreement for an AI receptionist, you can find that over in the free AI community. The link is up here if you want to go get it. I kind of already touched on this with the form that I was showing you. We're gathering their company details, the knowledge documents, compliance and safety, right? Like how to handle emergencies if it's a true emergency, right? We're telling them to call 911 first, stuff like that. Any notifications and reporting, how we should go about that. Are we hooking up to your CRM, your calendar system? Which calendar do you use? Is it Apple Calendar, Google Calendar? What calendar software do you use? AI functionality and the conversation flow. How the AI agent should behave. Again, this is all the information that I'm gathering on my form, the onboarding form. So languages, what info to capture, can it book appointments? What are your appointment types? Do you just have one appointment type, or is it multiple different appointment types? Like, do you have a 1 hour initial consultation event type? And then do you have like a 2 hour standard service call? Do you have an emergency service call event type, right? How many different service call types or calendar types, appointment types do you have? And by the way, I love using cal.com for this. Speaking of which, tools, right? You guys are probably already familiar with Vappy. I've been a huge fan of Vappy up until recently, where I actually discovered this service, which is called Trillit AI. It's a company based out of Australia. I've been working a lot with this platform, and I especially love these guys because they offer white labeling services. It's very cost effective, and I anticipate partnering with these guys soon. You guys, I've been building out voice AI agents for about 8 to 9 months now. These guys, this software, this tool is very, very good. Depending on when you're viewing this video, I should have a link down in the description for you guys. Of course, I want to know the personality and conversation style for this business. How should the greeting be? What tone are we using? Is it super casual? Is it ultra professional? What is it? Is it a balance of both? What words should we use, and then what should we avoid? So what words should we avoid and instruct our AI agent never to say, right? Or what topics are off limits? What questions are off limits for answering? Stuff like that. Notifications and reporting. Again, I'm collecting all this information on the form. I love that form. It will save you guys so much time and so many headaches. Where do new leads go? Who gets alerted? And then do you want daily or weekly summaries? I'm collecting any knowledge that we want to hook up to the AI. So I'm talking FAQs, a pricing guidance, so like a products and pricing sheet, services that they provide, internal documents, you name it, any knowledge we're hooking up to the AI agent. I'm gathering that on this form. And of course, if they don't send on the form, I'm hitting them up via email and just having them send it over to me through email. Once I have all of that, the form is submitted. I look over the responses. I understand how to build out this AI agent, this voice AI agent. Okay, now I'm starting to build this out. If I'm hooking up to their CRM, I'm gathering the credentials for their CRM, their calendar, right? If we're booking directly into the calendar, we need to go about setting that up, and I prefer using cal.com. So we'll go about doing that, where I gather their credentials. Messaging, are we sending any emails to your customers? If so, I need to hook up to your email so that we can send from your email address to your customers. And this can actually be done towards the very end, right before launch. That doesn't need to be immediate right away. I can just use my own emails or test accounts while I'm building this out. And then of course, if we're texting, if we're sending text messages, SMS messages, that is, then I need to get going and start on that A2P campaign registration immediately. And that's done usually through Twilio. Step 5, the client steps back and we just start building. So we build out the voice agent, we hook up the knowledge base, we build out the system prompt, we hook up any backend automations if we need to. I'm talking if there's any like custom integrations, then I'm building out those on make.com preferably, and then hooking up those automations, plugging them into to our AI agent so that our AI agent has muscles to actually do things instead of just being a glorified chatbot that answers questions. We configure any call routing and transfers. We configure all the booking process and the calendars, any notifications and reporting. And then on top of it all, we're implementing any safeguards. So making sure that if we're hooking up to any backend automations like in make.com, for example, we're making sure that we're following best practices so that no sensitive information ever gets out to just some rando over the phone. And then also we're building in safeguards to protect against abuse, to make sure that maybe someone who's a bad apple is calling in their scammer, or maybe it's a robot themselves. Make sure that the AI agent can weed that out and filter it and tag it as a spam call or, a scammer or someone who's not actually a customer. And then conclude the call early before we eat up and waste all of my clients' call minutes, stuff like that. Once we have everything built out and configured, we start internal testing. So we'll start off with just some normal calls, some quick, easy phone calls. We'll see how it handles after hours. We'll see how it handles transfers and then any edge cases. So we're really putting it to the test and throwing it curveballs because you never know what someone on the other line is going to say. So we really try to just throw it as many curveballs and test it extensively before demoing it to our client. So it's a simple fix, refine, repeat. Fix, refine, repeat. Once we're confident in a version 1, we're hitting up our client and having them and their team test version 1 of their voice AI agent. And then we wait for them to give us any feedback, things that they like, things that they don't like, any bugs that came up. We're waiting to hear back on their feedback, and then we're just going through the process and fixing anything that needs to be resolved. Once we're confident with testing, then we go live, and we can go live in many different ways. We can choose to roll out for after hours first, meaning from 9 to 5, I want my team, we're gonna be answering the phones, but then we want to clock out and then we're gonna put it to the test. We're gonna let the voice AI receptionist take after hour calls first as like an initial approach, right? Or we could do overcall or overflow missed calls, right? So we can set up with their phone provider, whether it's Verizon, AT&T, etc. We can set up call forwarding rules. So if a client calls in, a customer calls in to their business and no one's able to answer the phones, then instead of hitting voicemail, it gets automatically connected up to the voice AI receptionist as a fail-safe to make sure that no one ever hits voicemail. It's like the last resort to make sure that you don't lose out on money. You don't lose out on customers. The voice AI agent can then take over and answer any questions, get people booked into the calendar, send any messages to the team internally, so on and so forth. Or if they want to do just a full-blown replacement, cool, I love it, I'm confident with the testing, let's just hook up version 1 and just go full replacement and then just replace their front desk right from the get-go. We can do that as well, right? Or we could do a mix of all of these and kind of follow the gradual migration approach and slowly roll it out over time. Step 9, the first week is very important. So we're monitoring all of the calls coming in heavily. We're reviewing the transcripts. We're improving the answers if we need to. We're patching any gaps and we're enhancing any routing if we need to. And then lastly, step 10 is ongoing support. From here on out, right? We will maintain your service. If you have anything that changes, just let us know. We'll go into the system and upkeep and maintain it. If any APIs change or any new LLM models, right? New AI models come out that are more promising, that are more cost effective, they're cheaper, stuff like that. We're going in and making these changes. We're keeping it up to date. And that's what our client pays for on a monthly basis on top of AI credit. So like the usage, the call minutes. So the simple formula, right? Once a client signs up for your product or service, for your voice AI agents, you send them over that onboarding form. It takes them 15 minutes to fill out, and then we build it, we test it, you approve, so the client approves, and then all of your calls are handled. And that's how we go about it. We're offering a solid product with a solid service. It's very professional, it's very streamlined, making it as easy as possible for our clients. I love AI, I love automation, I love voice AI agents. My name is Mason, I've been doing this for over 2 years now. I love teaching everything that I know to people as well. So I have my AI communities, be sure to check that out in the description below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because I have so much more content coming for you guys in 2026. Thanks guys.